General Hospital Recap May 14. Carly's custody plan. Laura versus Ezra, and Nina's link to Jacinda. Plus, he wants nothing more than to see Trina Robinson's Tapiana Ale performance at the 2025 Nurses Ball. Stella agrees to look into it. Meanwhile, over at the Nurses Ball rehearsal area, Trina is catching up with Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy. Jocelyn updates Trina on the fact that she scored the research position for Professor Henry Hank Dalton, Daniel Goddard. Trina congratulates her friend. However, she questions, wasn't that the job Emma Scorpio Drake, Braden Brunner, was vying for? What is this? Jocelyn lies to her BFF, telling her it was, and that she feels bad, as she applied for it on a whim and didn't think she was going to get it. Trina tells her it's not her fault. After all, it's not like she cheated to steal a job right from Emma, right? Jocelyn tries to hide her nervousness as Trina questions why she'd even want to take a course like environmental science, and Jocelyn replies that her trip to Easter Island changed her perspective on a lot of things. Well, she's not lying there. The topic changes to the fact that Trina won't be attending the after-party for the 2025 Nurses Ball, as she wants to visit Kai immediately afterward. Carly Spencer strategizes with Jason Morgan. Over at Carly Spencer's, Laura Wright home, Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, comes by for a visit. The two share a little small talk before Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, storms in, stating they have a problem. What is this? If fans recall, Carly asked Diane to schedule a child custody hearing on Michael Corintos's, last played by Chad Duell, behalf. The idea was to catch Willow Tate Corintos, Catelyn McMullen, off guard and book something so that Michael could get his kids back upon his return. Well, now everyone is caught off guard as the hearing has been set for 2 weeks from now, Monday, June 2. These things usually take months upon months to get organized, but it's one of those anomalies that can only happen in the land of Port Charles. This is not good, as Carly and Jason don't believe Michael will be able to attend the hearing at that point in time. The three discuss postponing the hearing, but that might give Willow the upper hand when all is said and done. Then, Diane suggests filing an emergency petition to gain custody of Wiley Corinthos, Viron Weaver, and Amelia Corinthos, Sequoia, and Serenity Mork Mako in the interim, especially in light of Drew Kane's Cameron Matheson recent scandal. As the kids are living with Drew, they are living in an unsafe environment. After all, there are multiple pictures and videos of Drew, high on ketamine, hanging out with escort Jacinda, Paige Herschel. Diane points out that Drew even admitted there was ketamine in his system during his press conference. Still, Diane warns if Carly pulls this emergency custody petition, the kids could go to their other grandmother, Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros. Carly pauses and agrees it's a risk she's willing to take. What is this? Drew Kane learns Jacinda's link to Nina Reeves. Speaking of Drew, he's sharing a meal with Ezra Boyle, Daniel Cosgrove, when the Port Charles mayor wannabe brings up the whole Jacinda situation. Drew swears he was set up, but Ezra states he knows Jacinda well, and she's never left town before. Drew once again states he had nothing to do with her quickly leaving town, which is why he thinks she was hired to set him up. What is this? Drew questions that if Ezra knows Jacinda, did he see her hanging out with anyone peculiar lately? Ezra states that he had seen his friend talking to Willow's mother, Nina. Across the restaurant, Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, Lulu Spencer, Alexis Havens Bruning, and Laura Collins, Jeannie Francis, meet for a meal to catch up. The trio talks about Rocco Falconeri, Finn Kerr, and his alcohol poisoning, as well as Lucky taking care of Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst. Everyone is happy that both parties are safe and recovering. They finish their meal, and Lucky needs to head back to Elizabeth, so Lulu and Laura are left, just the two of them. What is this? Of course, Ezra interrupts the two ladies and starts talking nonsense about Laura's bond with Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, and her grandson's Rocco underage drinking debacle. This fumes both Lulu and Laura to the point where it becomes a shouting match between the three of them. One that ends with Laura throwing a glass of water in Ezra's face. Rick Lansing slips up. Across town, Rick Hurst, pays Liz a visit to her home to see how she's doing. He shows off his new Porsche, and Elizabeth is shocked. After all, the two were just in an accident. This is when she has a flashback of the car crash, where Rick notes the brakes aren't working. She inquires about the memory and brakes, but Rick recovers by saying they slipped on black ice. Rick heads out, and moments later, Lucky returns home. Liz fills him in on Rick and his new Porsche. She goes on to tell Lucky how she remembered something about the brakes while Rick was here, and he told her they slipped on black ice. Lucky looks nervous as he gently questions Liz for more information. This is when the nurse informs him that Rick was able to get the Porsche because his car was impounded by the insurance company. This is interesting since Lucky went to the city the night of the accident to cover for Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mancy, and the guy behind the desk told him that the car was destroyed. What is this? Damian Spinelli scores a win. Speaking of the car crash, Damian Spinelli, Bradford Anderson, arrives at Alexis Davis's, Nancy Lee Grahn, office. She wants to hire him for a job that could save Christina's life. Spinelli is more than happy to help. After all, Fair Samantha Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, and he were so close, so he'd love to offer her mother any assistance. Basically, Alexis wants him to find out what happened to Rick's car after his recent accident. Spinelli questions why, and Alexis tells him she doesn't want to get into it. What is this? After searching the interwebs, Spinelli locates data that indicates the car was destroyed. But wait, after more digging, he locates that the vehicle was moved by a plow into a storage unit owned by none other than Ava Jerome, Mora West. Across town, Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, has a heart-to-heart with Christina, and she tells him how her mom pondered having her committed. She questions if she can ever forgive and trust her. But after talking things out with her brother, she realizes that Sam would have wanted the three remaining Davis girls to stay tight, especially for Danny Morgan, Asher Antonizan, and Scout Quartermain's Cosette Avenant sake. The topic turns to how Christina was there for Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, the night of Rick's accident. Christina couldn't believe how totaled Rick's car was. It was a miracle he and Elizabeth survived. This is when Dante asks his sister how she knows about the damage to Rick's car. Christina looks like a deer caught in headlights. What is this? Willow Corinthos's custody plans. Over at Drew's house, Nina pays Willow a visit. She agrees to support her daughter's attempt to stand by her man and notes that she trusts Willow's decision to stay with Drew. Shortly after this, Willow is served with the divorce hearing papers, learning that the court date is set for June 2. Frantic, she calls Drew, and he arrives very quickly. Willow is freaking out and the short timeline she has. After all, her lawyer, Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, is out of town, so Drew calls Rick for help. Rick arrives on the scene, and after listening to the Coles notes of Willow's custody drama, he agrees to help. He believes she can win full custody of Wiley and Amelia. Drew offers the perfect strategy for Rick to follow, which is to make Michael look like an absentee father. Wednesday, May 14, 2024. Drew reasons that Michael could have chosen the facility close to home for recovery, but he decided on a clinic in Germany. What is this? Plus, he's yet to see his kids, and the only video chats that are done with the kids are when they are with Carly, Christina, or Monica Quartermain, Leslie Charleson. Rick believes they have a solid case and can't wait to proceed. Did you enjoy today's episode? What was your favorite part? Share your thoughts. Tune into the ABC Soap Daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama, and visit this site often for the best General Hospital spoilers, updates, and news. Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on ABC to find out what happens next.